Thanks for joining us. I'm Paula Ebben with a WBZ News update. Our top stories: community members came together in Duxbury last night to heal and pray for the Clancy family after a tragic incident at their home earlier this week. Two children strangled to death by their mother, 32-year-old Lindsay Clancy. Her 7-month-old baby was also strangled, but is now fighting for his life in the hospital. Police tell us the mother also tried to take her own life. She is in the hospital preparing to face murder charges for the deaths of 2 of her children. At last night's vigil, neighbors held candles, prayed for the family, and mourned the loss of 5-year-old Cora and 3-year-old Dawson. They also prayed for the baby boy in the hospital. The community came together for the first responders as well, who are dealing with the trauma of the situation. Police are investigating after a body washed up on a beach in Marblehead. Officers responded to the beach on Edgemere Road last night. Investigators tell us the body appears to have been in the water for some time. Right now, there is no word on that victim's identity or how the person died. A school bus driver has been placed on leave after a boy with special needs was left sleeping on a bus. That boy's mother tells us she put her 9-year-old on the bus to his elementary school last Tuesday. But nearly an hour later, she got a picture of him asleep on the bus. The picture had been taken by her daughter, a freshman, as high schoolers boarded that very same bus. She asked us not to show her face. The driver will be off the job until a review is complete. In a statement, the superintendent of Beverly Schools said, "We treat matters like this with the utmost seriousness and have taken action to retrain our transportation staff." Let's get a check on a pretty mild weekend forecast now with Zack. Zack?
What a stunning way to wrap up our week. Barely a cloud in sight over the Zack, and we have been all about the clouds for the past 7 days or so. 2 different rounds of activity. The first came on Monday with that snow and a pretty good thump at that. And then the second came with the drenching rain on Wednesday. Thankfully, we have cleared all of that out of the way, and we will have beautiful conditions right into the end of the day. Temperatures are kind of split, though. You notice Worcester County is the cool spot, sitting right around the freezing mark. So it's still going to be rather chilly as you travel up into southern New Hampshire. The lakes in the mountains region, you guys are definitely down towards 32 degrees. So if you're traveling up north, there may still be some slick areas on the roads. You may want to tack on some additional time or maybe just pack the patience. It's going to be really good on the ski slopes, by the way. We'll have that slope forecast in just a moment. 37 degrees right now in Boston, 38 in Norwood as well as Hyannis. We're going to stair step as we move to the 40-degree mark in New Bedford and 41 out in Martha's Vineyard. Very calm winds for eastern Massachusetts, maybe picking up the pace a little more through central Mass, 12 to 14 miles per hour. So it's going to make it feel like the 20s and 30s rather than the 30s and the 40s that are actually around the area. So the wind chill is going to take us right into the evening hours, and this westerly flow may do enough to grab some fair weather clouds just up until sunset, and then we want to turn into a little activity. You notice some speckles on the map here towards central New York. They may do enough to toss some light flakes in our direction as we make our way into the evening hours. So 7, 8, 9 o'clock, if you see some novelty conditions, it's ultimately not going to affect us, and you can do just fine for any of your reservations or plans later tonight. Turning into tomorrow morning, we get yet another brush of showers, this one more so for interior locations. So this first round is just going to kind of graze across central and eastern Mass. We're really going to reserve this prior to sunrise for the northern side of Worcester County and the northwestern portion of the Commonwealth for Saturday morning. By the time 8 to 9 a.m. rolls up, watch this. We just completely eat that away as dry air is going to spill in. So a lot to battle for those flakes to actually reach the surface. No accumulation anticipated there. And during the afternoon, mostly sunny skies. And we are going to be back into the mid to upper 40s. So a really nice way to wrap up Saturday. Overcast scene as we wake up on Sunday morning, and you notice we're already eyeing down some wintry weather to the northern side of New England and the northern side of the Northeast. This sweeping front is actually going to bring us rain chances here locally because we have the 50s in store that afternoon. So prior to the rain arriving, we're probably going to register 50 degrees, if not a few degrees above that in some isolated areas. So plain rain, no wintry weather to contend with as we move into the second half of the weekend. And by the way, the timing's actually on our side. I don't think this is going to be any impact until we move into about 5, 6, 7 p.m. I know a lot of people are probably watching football at that point anyway. But nonetheless, early next week, the final days of January, we'll have a tumble. Not exactly in store for Monday. Tuesday's a better shot with afternoon highs in the 30s. And this may be one of the coldest days that we've had for the entire month. We've generally been spared of winter thus far. Back to the freezing mark and quieter conditions for the middle of the week, and we stick to around the 30s through the end of the 7-day.
I'm Paula Ebben. This has been a WBZ News Update.